What's up, YouTube? This is Joe, the 50-something Dasher, with a pretty special, exciting announcement here. And without further ado, I'll just, get right into it. Um, I'm gonna go. Made the decision to go full-time gig work. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. So I've talked about it before on this channel. My W-2, my job that I've been doing for the better part of the last 8 years, is being eliminated. And so there's been, different options for me of other positions. They're not like firing people, they're giving people other options. But to be quite honest, I'm not interested in just about all of the other options that they're giving, basic for me. So the book isn't completely closed on the W-2, but I'd say there's probably it, and I got it about another 6 weeks before the job finally, ends for good. So I got about 6 weeks. The next 2 weeks will still, or is supposed to be like full-time hours, and then the last month, everything's supposed to drop off. I may be working short hours and for the month of June, and dashing every day when I get out of there. And then see, the thing is that for the last probably 2.5 years, the W-2 has been full-time, DoorDash part-time. Okay, I want to switch that. I want the gig work to be full-time. I want the W-2 to be part-time. The problem is that a lot of what they've been offering me as far as part-time goes would conflict too much with the gig work. I mean, if I can't get something that's just right, then see you later, W-2. I mean, like, just for an example, one of the positions they offered me was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I want to say it was either 10 to 6 or 11 to 7. Not doing it, not giving up every single one of my weekends when Saturday and Sunday is the easiest time for me to make money on, with DoorDash. So it would have to be like when I say part-time, I mean part-time. They've even said that, they consider up to 32 hours a week part-time. Well, to me, that's full-time. If I worked 4 8-hour days at the W-2 and 3 days gig work, the W-2 is still full-time. So unless I can get like a 2-day schedule, I'm pretty much, like I said at the start of the video, it's probably about an 80% chance that I'm here at the end of June. I'm going to be done with the W-2, and it's just going to be 7 days a week, all on gig work. Okay, so sorry guys, but with the potentially good news, there's some bad news to come with this, and that is, well, first of all, I'm optimistic. I've been doing really good with DoorDash for these 2.5 years. I've talked about it. I've been consistently making the 25 an hour. I consistently make my goals. I wouldn't be jumping in and doing this if I didn't feel confident about it. And 2 days ago, I didn't feel like working the W-2. I just didn't feel like being there. So I left, jumped on to DoorDash. I made $190 in 5 active hours. So there you go. Just got done with my dash today. Today is a Saturday, May 10th. uh, 203 bucks. So in a little over 7 hours today. So I'm meeting my goals, and it's been rare, on rare occasions have I logged in and just not getting hardly any orders, and I don't even come close to sniffing my goal. That's been really rare in these past 2.5 years. Okay, I mentioned I had some bad news along with this. Okay, guys, the bad news is I, without the W-2, and focusing in on DoorDash, I don't have much of a backup plan to speak of. I've talked about this before on the channel. I technically I have 5 apps. Okay, you can pretty much eliminate deliver that completely dried up on me. I don't even turn that on anymore. Okay, so now we're talking four. Shipped and roadie, I've hardly done any. I think I've done all time 2 roadie orders, and I've maybe done 4 or 5 shipped orders total. I mean, I just never, the times that and there's not a whole lot of time that I stay busy enough with DoorDash. I don't need to turn those on very often. But when I do and try to look for something, I just don't see anything. Roadie, especially in this market. Now, a lot of times I'll see a lot of stuff in the north end of town and other parts of central Ohio. So if I was ever relegated to just roadie, I'd probably have to do work for them in like other parts of the city. But I'd kind of like to stay here, home, if I can. So that leaves DoorDash and Uber Eats. I mean, that for right now, that's really all I have. And like I said, DoorDash, I've been doing great. I've been doing great on it, and I'm going to go full time. If God forbid, if something happens, then my primary is going to be Uber. I can probably make that work. I don't know. It's a kind of scary thought, but I don't know, guys. So basically, where I'm getting at here is with the bad news is I'm for until I get a solid third option. But I need a third option besides, DoorDash, Uber Eats, and then I need a solid number three that I know that I can turn to, in emergency situations. And until I have that, this YouTube channel, I gotta scale way back on this channel. I'm talking scaling way back. And kind of putting the channel in hiatus mode here. I need to be super, super careful, and I can't be. 99.99% of DoorDash drivers, nobody knows who they are. They're out there doing their thing and completely anonymous, and nobody knows who they are or anything, flying under the radar. I should say driving under the radar. That's where I need to be. As far as past history with gig tubers on YouTube, if you know, you know, with how risky it is, and with drawing attention to yourself and all that type of thing. I can't have, right until I get a third option. I can't have the extra scrutiny, the extra eyes looking on me. Looking for, is anybody looking for something to call me out on or whatever that I'm posting in my content. So, like I said, I'm going to scale back. And this is going to be for however long it takes me to get a third option. We could be talking, I don't know, guys, 2 or 3 months here. It could be 6 months. For all I know, we could be talking a year here. My channel is not really doing much anyway right at the moment to begin with. I just kind of, not too long ago, crossed over the 500 subscribers, and I'm kind of like flatlined right there, no real activity. So let's just, until I get a third gig app solid option, until that happens, let's just keep this channel stagnant and nobody watching for right now, and keep quiet here, and so I can just kind of go out there every day and do my thing, and without being watched, basically. In the time being, I'm still going to record content. So I have a video idea or two from today's dash. I'm still going to record, and I want to say four or five videos that I uploaded to YouTube already. They were on the schedule for the last couple days, but I postponed them. I postponed them as far out as you can postpone them, which was like 2027. So I got like those 4 or 5 videos. Then I have another 8 or 10 videos like on my computer saved. All of that stuff is just going to be, and I'm going to continue to record, and everything's just going to get saved. And when I feel confident enough, when I have that third option and I got some breathing room and a little bit, peace of mind, a little bit of security or whatever, and maybe some money saved up, all that type of thing. And then I can try again with this channel. Then I'll kind of like relaunch everything. And then because I'd have all this saved content, it'll be like daily videos posting, every single day for who knows how long, because I'll have, so much stuff, saved up. And now I'm not saying that I won't post anything until then. I'll continue to jump on here, maybe, I don't know, once a week, every other week or whatever. I'll try to do some kind of update or check-in or that type of thing. I've been meaning to do a 2025 edition of my gig work, like my DoorDash gear that I use. I got an old video that's, posted in the beginning days of the channel. I wanted to do an update of that here sometime. But having said that, anything that I end up posting before the real, relaunch here is going to be like is clean and safe of content that you can possibly get. I mean, you want to talk about what I'm going to like watch what I say. I was telling my wife the other day, if the Motion Picture Association of America was to give a rating to the content that I'm going to post in the next, coming months, they wouldn't even be able to give it a G rating for general audiences. They'd have to give my content, it had to be rated A for all audiences because it's going to be safer and more clean than a G. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking any chances here, guys. None. You can call me paranoid if you want or whatever the case, but like I said earlier, if you know what the fate of some of the past content creators on YouTube. So anyway, that's all I have for now. Thanks, guys, for all the support to this point. Wish me luck. I'm still on the Amazon Flex waiting list. I'm still on the Instacart waiting list. If I could get off the waiting list for either one of those two, there's a third option. There's a couple other apps I have yet to like apply for, and maybe I might try one of those. We'll see what happens. Like I said, wish me luck, and I'll be back. I'm just not exactly sure exactly when, and like once I get that third option, I get that peace of mind, level of security here, and then we can start things back up like it was and go, and I'll go full blown into this and probably post content every single day. And then, the gig work and the YouTube will be my full time 7 day a week thing. And looking forward to it. But it's just, right now, it kind of feels like I'm diving in. I'm taking a big chance here, and I'm diving into shark infested waters here. And that's why I can't be. I just can't take the chance on posting very much YouTube content and having that having extra unneeded attention drawn to myself. But anyway, sorry if I rambled, but that's the update. As you can tell, I'm excited, looking forward to all this, and looking forward to full time gig work here in a couple weeks. Bring it on! I'm ready and ready for this next chapter. So hang in there. We'll see. That's all I have for now. Thanks, guys, for watching. As always, be sure to drive safe out there, and we will catch you sometime, hopefully in the near future. Thanks again.